How's everybody doing today? You get things adjusted here. All right, that should be fine. Now that I can actually hear myself and I can see myself on this thing, we're gonna have a decent stream at least. We're gonna give it a shot. So, how's everybody doing today? How is everybody doing in 2021? Hopefully, everybody is doing better than what they currently were. I'm gonna stop that real quick. So welcome to the Marshal's Take. If this is your first time viewing any of these videos or even joining a live stream, this is where I'm going to give my opinions, maybe explain some stuff that doesn't make sense to some non-motorsport fans or some people that don't quite understand some protocols and stuff like that. Since I am a marshal myself, I've been doing it for 5 years. I love this. I loved it. It's a fun hobby. That's all really. It's a hobby. One quick thing before I continue on, I do have some food right here with me because I am hungry. I just got here from work not too long ago, and I've tried to set this up, but it didn't go so good. I don't have stuff ready, so I'm going to try and make this work as we go along. So as you saw at the title, it's going to be sort of a year review. I know I'm like way behind the schedule for this, but for the schedule for the 2020 motorsport year as a whole, not just season by season or season per series. There we go. So, as a whole, it's 21. Obviously, as a whole, 2020 is it's been a rough year, obviously, for us all. So, I guess getting to the motorsport side of things, it was from the beginning. It was already already just in shambles, especially for IndyCar and Formula One. From what I remember, they immediately delays, postponed, and all the stuff. Some people were very shocked. I mean, not shocked, but like some people knew it was coming. Some people was like, no, they have to keep this going. There's no way they could cancel St. Pete's or the Australian Grand Prix down in Melbourne. Melbourne? Is that right? Melbourne? Melbourne? So, as far as a sports car goes, as in IMSA, because I didn't pay attention too much as in WEC or World Endurance Championship this year than prior years. So when it came to IMSA, we still did the 24 hours of Daytona. That's in January. Luckily, that wasn't affected by the virus. Then once things start to go, once the ball started to roll with some of the infections around here, it spread like wildfire. Everything just everything just shut down, bar none. So luckily, IMSA progressed. They got through it. They started doing more races. And they continued on, and they just happened to reschedule things around. Sadly, the Long Beach Grand Prix didn't happen because I really liked that race. I liked the course. There's always a lot of action going on. So when it comes to the other races being, postponed and stuff like that, I mean, eventually we were going to have it. The only complaint that I had for this year of the IMSA schedule is that they had to put the 12 hours of Sebring at the end as a finale. Now, if you've seen this before, you know that I am kind of biased when it comes to season finales because my home track that I marshal is over at Road Atlanta. And if you have any knowledge of what Road Atlanta is or heard of it or know the history of it, Petit Le Mans has been the finale for quite a while in the merger for IMSA. I was not happy when we were the second to last race. well, as a once finale. Now it's a. I mean, don't get me wrong. The race for Petit Le Mans, the 10-hour race, was fantastic. It was absolutely amazing. BMW led the way through the whole time. A few hiccups here and there, but they led the way. They were doing good, and they got robbed again. Twice. They got robbed. Well, actually, that was the first time. Then they got robbed again in 12 hours. But we're not going to go through that. Anyways, so like I said, things got shuffled around, and we still made our season good. It was still a good season for IMSA. Now, when it comes to the IndyCar side of things, everything was sort of business as usual. They sort of stuck to their schedule. They just had to move things up. With Formula One, we saw a somewhat not dramatic change, but a good amount of change to think that this is a different season. We got old tracks come back. We got new tracks. I mean, not necessarily new tracks. Mostly just old favorites tracks like Turkey. We brought Imola back. Which, before I make a complete idiot of myself, I need to bring it up. I need to bring up the schedule before I get people saying no, yes, not right. You didn't know it all. So, schedule. I need 2020, please. Stand by. Quickly. Just stand by. Come on, internet. So, please hold. I would like to see. There we go, schedule. Maybe I can get to the. Nah, I can't. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Be gentle. So, we got Imola back in the season in the schedule. We got a lot of mainly Imola. I like the track. I mean, I know it used to be really good passings, really good races back in Imola. But we got some old tracks that were favored, and we got some double headers, and that really changed. It was a different race compared to the first race. If we're talking about the double headers, it was definitely a two-faced kind of, not two-faced. It was kind of night and day. There we go. Between the races. Because, there goes Lewis Hamilton. He's going to win it again. Oh, and wait, there goes Gasly. He's won his race and his AlphaTauri. And then you have the Secure, is that right? Grand Prix, where, my man Sergio Perez won finally after 10 years. 10, 11 years in Formula One and not having. Well, he came close several times, but he finally won. I was happy. So, if you'd like to, if you've watched any races this year, I know some NASCAR has kind of stick to their schedule a bit. They just kind of kept with policies of, social distancing and then mask wearing and stuff like that. So, let me know how you guys have felt when it came to the motorsports season, which is technically it's all year, technically, but I guess when it comes to the, I guess as overall as how you felt about the postpones, the cancelings, the rescheduling and stuff like that this year. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Let me know if you had I bought these tickets and now they were like they didn't want to honor them later on down the road, but which I'm hopefully they did, because you spent the money on it. Hello. But overall, I thought the year rounded up fairly good. we did get some really good races in each series. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, so as the year came to a close, we saw a lot of honestly we saw a lot of surprises come out of some of the series as some of the series has stopped or has done their finales. So yeah, as a whole, I thought the whole thing was it ended fairly good. We were not disappointed. We were satisfied. So now that we got all of that done, we actually have some good a good bit of news. So what we're doing now, or it's mainly in sports car, but I'll check out some other series, open wheel and stuff like that, to give you some news. So let's start off with something that's kind of interesting to me. So you remember I was talking about the LMH, the Le Mans hypercar that is going to be over in the European circuits, over in World Endurance Challenge Racing or the WEC series, FIA stuff like that. So let me try to find it's somewhere around here. Here it is. So actually two things. One, it's got to do with Glickenhaus. They have, from what I could read, they have joined forces with Team Yost Racing, which obviously, if you know anything about sports car racing, you know that they are a major threat to anybody, any team out there. They just had a bit of a hiccup with the Mazda. We're just gonna gloss over that. So they have joined forces with Team Yost and Sauber to help develop their LMH. And with that being said, I've just seen right here that Scuderia Cameron Glickenhaus has confirmed that they will not be going into the 1,000 miles of Sebring, which already spells a bit of a uh-oh to their point standing already. So I guess they've had a bit of a hiccup themselves. To the hello, hey, how you doing? Cool Aunt Haley, how are you? How's everything for you? Is everything going good? How was your 2020 year? So getting back, so the uh where was I at? I completely lost it. So the Glickenhaus endurance team, well, not the endurance team, the racing team, they will be going into their first race I want to say it's the 12 hours of Spa-Francorchamps, I want to say. But that's going to be their debut race is in Spa, over in Belgium. So it seems like we have the Toyotas that will be in the 1,000 miles of Sebring with I don't remember Rebellion being in an entry list. I'm gonna look. Bear with me. Improvisation as we speak. So I'm gonna take a look at the 1,000 miles of Sebring entry list. Hopefully they have it up. Hopefully. Looking for a entry list. Entry list, please. Talk amongst yourselves. Photo season. Here we go. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, the total 6 hours. This still has to do with the 2020 season. I'm looking for 2021, please. Fan zone season. Like, let's try seasons. Maybe it can give us a bit of more info rather than just more than just face value. So I'm hoping my internet would please hurry. Just it's like a fax machine. It's just did it. There we go. Calendar, potentially, maybe, hopefully, something. So anyway, while this thing is season 8, okay, no, that's nothing. WEC has not updated anything. So, anyways, so as we were talking about earlier, before I got majorly distracted and trying to look for an entry list, Glickenhaus is not going into the first race of the 1,000 miles of Sebring. They will be going into the 6 hours of Spa as their first race. Let me go down here real quick. Basically, it sounds like they're just having a problem with their shipping the car all the way over here to America, which to me I thought they were an American team. All right, so let's just go ahead and move on. But yeah, I just thought that'd be interesting. One, they have Team Yost on their side, and Sauber. I forgot to mention, and Sauber to help develop the car. I guess they needed more help to put Toyota where they need to be. But it's racing, and that they will not be in the Sebring race, but they will be in the Spa Francorchamps race. Moving ahead, we can get some traction. We're going to go and talk about an XF1 Red Bull driver, which I'm sure we have all heard about this already. Alex Albon. Obviously, we all know he has been replaced by Sergio Perez, my boy Sergio Perez. And we all thought he was going to stay as a reserve driver completely and maybe take a year off. But no, he has gone into DTM. Now, without screwing up the German name to this, I'm going to actually look it up. As I said, I have not prepared this video. I just came straight for it because I needed to put a video up or a live stream up. I'm going to... Okay, so it's DTM. Make sure I get this right. DTM, which is a German series, touring car series. It's called Deutsche Tourenwagen Masters. So, touring cars. So, I mean, compared to what it used to be back in the 80s and 90s, because I like touring car racing, TCRs, front wheel drive little cars, just going at it. Front wheel drive, all wheel drive. So yeah, it's completely different when it comes to DTM over in Germany. It's all they used to call it. I think they call it a Formula GT over there. Well, I mean, there's still some incredible races over there, regardless of what year it's been. My personal favorite has always been like in the 80s. Those are just pure driving machines right there. So, getting on to the news of Alex Albon. So, he is going to be in the DTM series, which I don't know the Red Bull car. DTM. So, which came as a shock to me. I figured he was just going to be in a just a reserve driver. So it looks like they used to drive Audis, but as we all know, I think Audi has exited DTM, so I could be. But it's not going to be like the DTM that we all know. Let me back up first off. He's going to be in the GT3 platform, not the Formula GTs. It's going to be the GT3, which is a global spec car. I mean, some of the brands out there is Audi, BMW, Mercedes, just countless other names of brands, and he's going to be paired up with Red Bull Junior Liam Lawson. They're set to do the new championship with backing from Austrian drink giant Red Bull. Yeah, I mean, good for him. I mean, who knows? He might thrive in this sports car GT3 DTM platform versus the open wheel top tier Formula One car. I mean, it is. Don't get me wrong. It is sad that he lost his seat to someone else, but at the same time, they have to. The team managers and stuff have to think about. We need to keep our sponsors happy. We need to get good positionings, good points, and keep that going. And Alex just wasn't doing that. They did it with Max. Max Verstappen is constantly getting it on the podium. But Alex probably averaged about 7th in the season. I mean, not bad. He got the top 10, but they needed something better. But hopefully he does real good in DTM or GT3 sports car racing. Hopefully he might thrive. He just like Jan Magnussen in the Haas. He's off to IMSA in Chip Ganassi, and he might thrive. Who knows? But hey, all good luck to him. And all of his adventures in the motorsport world. All right, so let me know your opinions on all this. How do you guys feel about Alex going to the GT3 platform versus being? Well, I mean, he probably still is staying a reserve driver, but more than likely he's going to be in that GT3 full time for the year. So, let me know how you guys have any opinions about that whatsoever. Let me know. So, our next bit of news going into actually staying in GT3 platform. So, if you watch a bit of IndyCar, you know who Zach Veach is. He was he's going to be going into the Lexus, the Vassar Sullivan Racing, into one of the Lexuses. I think it's the second one. Not with Hawksworth, not with him. He's going to be with Frankie Montecalvo. So I'm curious how that's going to work out too. Again, I hope maybe he might thrive in sports cars. But he was in IndyCar. Let me try to find it here. So he has been in IndyCar for 4 full years. So he's got some good races under his belt. He knows how to handle it. He was with, I think it was Bainbridge or something like that. But as we all know now, he has been replaced by Colton Herta. So again, sad that people lose seats, but you got to keep going on. You want to keep your sponsors happy. Oh, corporate America, how you screw people over. But that's America for you. That's corporate. That's capitalism. But yeah, He's going into it with Vassar Sullivan in the what is it? The number 12 Lexus. So not with Jack Hawksworth. He'll be with Frankie Monte Calvo. Which, as we all know, we for a moment I thought the Lexus were going to go into the GTLM, which if you don't know IMSA classification, it's similar to WEC, but the names are kind of different. Obviously, instead of it being LMP1, we still have LMP1s, which they're called DPIs, Daytona Prototypes International, DPI. That's still going to be the top class for the next year or two. Then we have the LMP2 class, which is the global prototype class, which is mostly going to be your amateur drivers, not amateur drivers, your gentleman drivers, the ones that have the money behind the team per se, and then you get your pro drivers, but not at that top level yet. And then you have your first of the GTs, which here in America is called GTLM. Everywhere else around the world, it's called GTE Pro. And then obviously on down is GT3s, or here GT Daytonas. You got to keep a bit of the American isms in it. So Daytona. But yeah, we all thought that Lexus was going to go up to GTE, GTLM, but no, they are staying in the global GT3 platform, which more the merrier for the GT3s. Those are always great battles. Always great battles. Okay, so let's I think that might. Well, let me check one more thing, guys. Let me check one more thing before I sign off, because I am getting hungry and these are getting quite cold. That's 2 weeks ago, 3 days ago, and something with Hyundai Velocers. Another Hyundai Velocers coming in. I think that may be it as far as news about around here now, because it's been quite slow lately, especially though since it's been Christmas and all New Year's, all that kind of stuff. So maybe it'll bump back up here soon, especially with the Daytona, 24 hours of Daytona happening in just a couple of weeks. Can you believe that? Already going into the motorsport season. Quite frankly, I cannot wait. So, any other comments? Any other questions that you guys want to know? Any sort of if you don't understand a protocol or anything like that, or if you have any questions about me, or the hobby that I do, or if you want to know anything you want to know on the channel, I can look it up for you real quick if you let me know in the next probably about 5 minutes. So, actually, I'm going to look up. So, 16 days. 16 days until 24 hours of Daytona. And let me tell you something right now. I cannot wait for this race, because there is going to be a lot of people, a lot of celebrities, and some teams, especially from bleeding into NASCAR. But that's a whole different series. That's a whole different live stream. Nevertheless, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fantastic. Can't wait. So, with that being said, guys, if nobody has any questions, concerns, comments, that whole thing, I believe I am going to leave it here. It's a short stream, but I'm also kind of late. I was supposed to get this done. I was supposed to start about 6:30. I started about 6:40, so I'm already off. Plus, get something on here. So I hope you guys have a great evening, great morning, great afternoon, wherever you're watching this. And I will see you guys over in the next live stream. Also, too, before I try this music, because I'm still trying to work out the kinks to it. Hopefully, the first set of music worked out fine. Again, I'm going to try to keep a schedule up for this live stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays as best as I can. So we're going to see how everything goes. So, with that being said, I hope everybody has a good day. I will see you guys next time on the Marshal's Take. Take care, guys.